Woo! We're back! Is that fan annoying? I feel like that fan's annoying. Let me turn it off. Also, yes, I'm wearing pajama pants because you can't really see them. Okay, cool. Cool. You guys. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Or I guess I could say welcome if you're new here. That classic line that all the YouTubers give. Wow, it's been a hot minute. I'm just gonna apologize in advance if there's any echoing. I don't think there is, but if there is, it's because I'm in a new room, a new setting, a basement apartment, if you will. I'm literally still just living at home with my dad, but because as I had previously mentioned, he married a woman from Ukraine and she is moving here with her daughters in like a week or something. So our house was not big enough for everyone. Well, it was, but we didn't have enough bedrooms. So my uncle expanded the basement. We have bedrooms in the basement now. That was not a thing before. We have a bathroom. It's not fully finished yet, but it's going to be finished in a few days. So there'll be like a shower, obviously a toilet, you know, the whole shebang. And then we have a living room right next door here for myself and the eldest daughter with like a big TV and everything. So it's like I have my own basement apartment, woo! And I can give you guys a tour of my room slash the apartment, like downstairs. If you would like in the future when it's all finished, which will be very soon, but if you would like that, let me know. Yo, guys, hello. I feel so awkward. It's been so long. Also, my hair is a little bit damp. Excuse that. I showered for you all, so. Let's just cut the crap. Let's just get right down to the freaking nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes of the video. Let's just do it. So basically, a lot has happened in the past, what, shall we say 7-8 months since I filmed last? I think it was 8 months ago. Wow, yeah, a lot has happened. Let's just get the obvious out there, the freaking pandemic and everything happening in the world and in the States and just everywhere. I just want to say to everyone watching, we are all gonna get through all of this shit in the world together. You know, times are uncertain and crazy right now. And, you know, at least we are moving in the right direction, I want to say. But, you know, yeah, the world is just freaking crazy. And as I'm filming this, it is August 6th of 2020. So, I mean, guys, this year, it's not been great. But there's also been a lot of, like, it's been a big learning year for all of us, I think. And, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, at the end of the day, every single person in this world has learned something this year, whether it's a personal thing or just something about the world or just anything, really. And I think, like, you know, that's the thing that we have to remember in times like this is that there always is a silver lining or a rainbow at the end of the fucking rainstorm. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Bad times don't last forever. And there is always something good that comes out of something bad. And for me personally, I've learned a lot over the quarantine, isolation, whatever you want to call it, lockdown, pandemic. I've learned a lot just about myself. And I don't know about you guys, but at least for me, like, spending so much time at home with nothing to do has been both extremely negative for me, but also very positive. And I think I was lucky enough to say that the whole time over the pandemic, like, I had a place to stay, you know, I had a home to live in. I was able to stay with family, and I know a lot of people weren't, and a lot of people were on the streets during, I mean, such an uncertain time. And obviously my heart goes out to all of them, and that breaks my heart. But for me personally, I was lucky enough and, you know, blessed enough, I guess you could say, to have a roof over my head and to have a place to stay comfortably over the few months that we were all in lockdown. And I just want to say, weird as it may be to think that, you know, a time where you're stuck at home is the time that you find yourself, but I feel like it makes sense as well. Yeah, guys, I just have had a lot of time to think and be alone and be with myself. And coming out of the pandemic, like I feel like, well, we're still in it, but coming out of lockdown and everything, I just feel like I am a stronger person than I was going into it. Both physically and mentally, I just feel stronger. I'll tell you why. I feel stronger because, first of all, let's talk about some things that have changed, I guess. So I'm not in a relationship anymore, and the last video that I uploaded was my mental health update video. And again, I just want to apologize because I feel like I made a lot of empty promises in quite a few of my first videos, just with like uploads that I was gonna do and this and that. But you know what? Life happens. The pandemic happened. I went into the quarantine single. I did end that relationship that I had spoken about in that last video. So I just wanted to update on that because that's not part of my life anymore. So I am single. I have been for quite a few months, which is actually fabulous. I've never been happier. So we're good with that. But yeah, so I'm single. And I had the whole quarantine to kind of like reflect on that. And you know what, I'm not gonna lie, like I did go on dating sites. I did talk to a lot of people. I feel like that was a great time to do that. As much as dating sites suck, it was a good time to like talk to new people and get to hear what other people are doing in quarantine. And it was just kind of nice to have people to talk to since we were all locked at home. But you know, I am glad that I am still single because as much as, you know, that perfect relationship would be great, well, not perfect, you know what I mean, like that, you know, that lifelong person that is your best friend that you want to spend the rest of your life with. As much as that is ideal, I do think that in order to find that, you do need to, as cliche as it sounds, like find yourself first, love yourself. You know, I have a lot of personal growth to work on. So I mean, if the perfect man for me walked into my life, would I say no? No, I'd be like, come on, let's get it on. But that's just not happening right now, which is totally fine. So we're working on ourselves. Something that really changed for me over quarantine was my health. So what I mean by that is at the beginning of quarantine, I was at my highest weight. Now, trigger warning, I'm not going to talk about my actual physical number on the scale. I never, like over the past like 5 years, I never really weighed myself just because I was dealing with the eating disorders and stuff like that. And then, you know, weighing yourself is an extremely, extremely toxic thing. I think realistically for anyone, even for the most mentally stable person, I think it's extremely toxic. However, if you are documenting a journey, I would say do one of two things or both. For progress purposes. So if you want to keep track of your progress, I would either weigh yourself in the beginning and then kind of like when you feel like you've achieved your goal, just for record's sake. But if numbers are extremely toxic for you and you feel like you'll just obsess over it, then don't do that. Maybe just take photos. So maybe take before photos in your underwear or in a bathing suit or something, whatever, where you can see your body. And then when you feel like you've kind of not finished your journey, because it's a lifelong journey, you're never really finished, but when you feel like you've reached that kind of like ideal body for yourself or your set weight or whatever, if you're feeling confident looking in the mirror, which you should at any weight, let me emphasize that, but you know what I mean. If you get to that point where you're like, dang, I feel really good, blah, 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 I've worked really hard, take pictures again and compare them, because that is what I did at the beginning of quarantine. So actually, at the very beginning of quarantine, I was, for the first probably month and a half, 2 months, I was pretty much drinking every single night. Even if it was only a glass or two of wine, I still was consuming alcohol every day, pretty much. And a lot of the times, like I was going through 4-liter boxes of wine like it was my day job. Not proud to say it, but that's just kind of how it was in the beginning, and that's how I was coping personally. That was not great. I was obviously packing on pounds and I was just eating my feelings and I was feeling a lot of things, let me tell you. There was just kind of one day where I was like, you know what? I can't keep doing this. I don't know how long I'm gonna be kind of like locked in my house for. I don't know how long I'm not gonna be able to go to the gym for, because obviously gyms everywhere were closed. And so I just kind of decided, listen, baby steps. Let's start by going for daily walks. Let's, you know, start eating a little bit healthier, drinking more water. and drinking less alcohol. So it was kind of like those few little things that were not drastic changes whatsoever, because I would never recommend drastic changes because they just don't last. That's why fad diets don't last. That's why diets in general don't work for the most part. I would just recommend just little baby changes. Like I just started going for daily walks or a walk every other day and just getting a couple thousand steps in. I wasn't even hitting 10,000 steps, but just getting my body moving, getting blood flowing, stuff like that. And then I finally built up the courage to do at-home workouts. So I wasn't doing that before because I was someone who was like, hell no, I am not doing an at-home workout. So I started doing those, and those were really great, you know, just driveway HIIT workouts. Just again, drinking lots of water, drinking alcohol a lot less, maybe once or twice a week, and then it got down to once a week, and now it's just like barely. Will say, again, not to like trigger anyone who might be watching this and be comparing themselves or whatever. Trust me, I've done it all, and I am gonna talk about this stuff more in the future. That I can promise. I'm not just gonna disappear on you guys again. I have lost over 20 pounds. So I've probably lost anywhere between 20 to 25 pounds at this point. I did choose the route of weighing myself in the beginning and weighing myself now and just doing little updates. I also took before pictures, and I do have a fitness account. It's Cirilli.fit. I will link it down below, as well as my regular Instagram account in the description bar. I did take before and after pictures of my progress thus far, and it's actually insane. Like even my sister commented and was like, wow, that's a big difference. So I really do recommend taking photos. Another very like surface level change for me is that I got this big tattoo. So it's not finished. This rose needs to be filled in, which is happening on Monday. And then in this blank space, we are adding a sunflower and some leaves, and then a bunch of shading. So I will have a full half sleeve probably the next time you see me. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video because your girl is rambling hard. But it's been so long, I have so much to say. I think that's it for updates. You know, I lost the weight. I've been working on myself mentally, physically. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I think actually I did mention it in my last video about having a counselor. So over the quarantine, I was still not technically seeing my counselor, but we were having phone sessions once every other week, so every 2 weeks. It was great. We kept up with it the whole time. Listen, she kept me sane. I have now been able to have in-person sessions with her just in a parking lot. We sit socially distanced. It's great, so at least I get to see her. So she has just been my rock through this. She's been helping me. So listen, guys. If you're kind of having like post-quarantine blues, maybe you put on some weight over the quarantine, you know, maybe it did damage to your mental health and it didn't do you good. I know it was doing a lot of damage for me at first, both physically and mentally. And I really just I was surprised at myself actually that I was able to dig deep and kind of fix the things that needed fixing and work on myself. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't perfect. I'm still not perfect. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting there and I'm getting better. And it just is a great feeling. But I want to say that if you are still in a rut, you know, post-quarantine blues, you know, we don't know when the world is going to be normal again. Everyone's having to wear masks and this and that, and the world is just different now, and we don't know how long it's going to be different for. It might always be different. But if you are feeling stressed, if you are feeling depressed, that rhymed. I didn't mean for it to rhyme, but it did. Seriously though, if you're feeling these feelings, if maybe you gained weight and you're feeling unmotivated, listen. Take a breath. You are okay. Everything is fine. Life is a roller coaster. It is a bumpy ride. It's not always meant to be perfect. And I truly do believe that you need to go through hard times to get to the good times. I was always told by my mom when I had a cold, it gets worse before it gets better. So it's like you have 3 days of the cold kind of growing and getting worse, and then you got that peak 3 days where it's just like bad, 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 and then you get better. And I think that's kind of how you have to look at this situation. Do one thing for yourself every single day that makes you feel good. And I don't just mean like if you get drunk and then you feel good. I mean like genuinely make you feel good. Go for that walk. Get that fresh air. Drink that extra glass of water. Do your nails or get your nails done. I had mine done actually recently. These are my natural nails, but it's just with paint, and that made me feel really good. Get your hair done if you can afford it. If not, it doesn't need to be surface level. Take a bath. Treat yourself and treat yourself right. Whatever makes you happy, do it once every single day if you have the time or the means. I think that you'll slightly start to notice little changes in yourself, both mentally and physically. I just think that's really important. And I think don't let the fact that the world isn't in the best shape right now get you down. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. It's just kind of a catch-up video. It's a, hey, how's it going? Let me know what you guys want to see. This channel, again, I will say it, like I said in my first video, it's a vlogging lifestyle channel. I'm going to vlog my days. I want to be posting 2 to 3 times a week. Now, please be patient with me. It might not be that way in the beginning. Listen, I can film until the cows come home, but editing is my struggle. So that is a challenge that I'm going to have to face, but we will get there. So when it comes down to it, I do want to be filming 2 to 3 times a week. It might be less at first. I can almost guarantee that. You will be seeing my face multiple times a week, let me tell you. That is another thing that I will film. I will film mental health videos. I want to talk about it. I want to end the stigma behind it. Let's talk about depression, anxiety, bulimia or anorexia, any eating disorders. Let's do it. Let's have a real chat because it needs to be talked about more, and that's just a fact. I want this to be a channel that you come to, you feel comfortable, we can hang out together, you can see my days, the exciting ones, the boring ones. I can show what I'm eating some days. Again, those could be triggering to some people. I will just keep it real with you guys. I'm not dieting, I'm not eating super healthy or eating super unhealthy. I'm just somewhere in between. I'm just living life. I want to vlog any future trips I go on. I want to vlog, you know, when I get my hair done or whatever, just little things. Things that I love to watch is what I want to create. So if you don't like the sound of that, my channel might not be the channel for you. If you do like the sound of that, let's friggin' get it. I'm a weirdo, I will stand by that. Some people say, don't call yourself a weirdo. Well, why is that such a bad thing? I like being weird, okay? In my first YouTube video, I wore a SpongeBob t-shirt. Listen, I quote SpongeBob almost on the daily. Ask anyone in my life. That shit's real. I have so many plans for this channel and it is time. This is something I'm passionate about. This is my hobby. I've loved YouTube since I was like 11 or 12. So anyways, guys, that was such a ramble, but that's what this video is. And I hope you stuck around till the end. I think I'm a little delusional. I'm hungry. I need to go eat. So I'm going to stop this video here. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being patient and sticking around this whole time. And to my future subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Hi, I love you. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Bye guys, thank you for watching.